everybody, Seth with Swell Van Company here, and today we are installing our slatted ceiling DIY kit. We have a van in the shop that is ready to go, and yeah, I love this product. I think it's a really nice way to finish out your ceiling, and it's been a pretty popular choice for us. I'd like to show you how that goes and get this installed into this awesome build we're doing, and yeah, let's take a look. So this is a complete ceiling kit. It starts with our sort of ceiling paneling kit as the base, and then we are upholstering those panels. That's made of 1/4 inch plywood Baltic birch, and then we have our other 1/4 inch material, our slats, made of 1/4 inch bamboo plywood. It's got a nice amber color to it, and with those two contrasting colors and the slats, it's just a really awesome look, and then it also allows us to do LED light strip that's recessed into the ceiling, one long continuous line. It's a really nice atmospheric kind of diffused light, and it really just makes it feel a lot better in the van, we find. So this product is got everything you need, and it's really easy to put together. Really have kind of done all the thinking and calculating the spacing, putting all the holes in the right place. So it's just a matter of putting it up with our easy install jig that I'll show you in a minute, and then screwing it into place, and we've got a ceiling basically. So we have a map that will show you how that goes and numbers on each one of these slats, so you're going to know exactly where they go in each position of the van. You might have a different kit for your specific vehicle, but you can follow these instructions. It's going to be the same process across the different vehicles. We have our tools that we're going to need today. So we are going to use just a standard driver. We are going to bolt our installation jigs in one location. So we've got a little bit longer bolt and a hex key, 4mm. And then this is a sort of optional, but we already have these in our shop, and that's just like a kind of push stick, helping hands, ratchets up and into place, and can push where we need a little pressure. Makes the job just a little bit easier. And then hardware wise, we've got our black flathead screws. And then in this case, you know, we have, this is not included with the kit typically, but we can get this to you, and that is a nice black aluminum LED channel. And it comes with a diffuser strip, and then this is our continuous cob LED light strip. It's a really nice choice. Screws to go along with that, so that is separate, but we can get you that if you want to use that for your kit. Alrighty, yeah, last thing is we can talk about our installation jig here. So as you can see, it's routed out to correspond with the correct spacing. Has just a little bit of play in it so you can get your slats in. So the idea here is we're going to go in there, bolt this in across the van in our ceiling ribs in 4 places, and then we can use this, kind of bend it where we need to, and slide our slats in from the front. So I think we're pretty much good to go and take this over into the van, start bolting it into place and screwing our slats in. Alright, we are going to go ahead and install our ceiling slat kit now. At this point in this build out, we have put up our walls and our ceiling paneling. We do have a different video to show the ceiling paneling install. In this case, we have fully assembled or fully installed our ceiling paneling. We've done our pre-wiring for any electrical in this van, and we're ready to, you know, basically do our final install of our ceiling. One note is that in order to install the ceiling paneling kit, we have our 7 bolts across the top of, from side to side on each ceiling rib, and that can be handy for putting your ceiling in place. Especially this middle bolt is useful there, but we are going to go ahead and remove this middle bolt to get our slat installation jig in place, because we are going to replace it with a slightly longer bolt. So we have 4 of our installation jigs. I've already put this first one in place in our first additional ceiling rib that we install. This one is less wide, so it fits up front. And then there are 4 more additional ribs. It's up to you where you'd like to put them, but we usually put one, here, here, and there, right before our ceiling fan in this fan. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in place, and then we can start installing our ceiling slats. If you have that helping hand that we talked about, this is a good time to use it. I just want to show you that you don't need it here. You just kind of give it a light push, and then find your hole through that spot in the jig. And I'm not going to crank down on this. I'm just getting the threads started a couple revolutions, and then that should be good. And as you can see, how this will work is we're going to start at the front of the vehicle. After our jigs are put in, we can just bend this in place, and if we need to get a little bit extra room to slide our slats in. But you also have that printout here. When I'm referencing my printout, I can see that the numbers here are oriented this way, so the direction of the slats is going to matter. And that means as I'm looking at my individual slats, I'm lining them up so that the number faces towards the front. Alrighty, with our ceiling install jigs in place, we're going to move on to the slats. And our goal here is to just get them lined up in our ceiling slat jig with the best kind of most even spacing we can. And the best place to start is over on the left side front edge. We're going to make sure that our slats are lining up flush with this trim piece, the factory headliner. And then we're going to get that first set of screws lined up how we like it, and then drive our first screw, and we'll go from there. So I'm looking for our number, and that's number 1, so that's the back side. And sometimes you kind of have to, with the longer pieces, start a little bit further back. Get that going. Alright, nice. Next up, number 2. There we go. Number 3. Alrighty, so we've got our starting set of slats in, and Riley here is just using like a 3/4 inch block, just a piece of scrap we have, to kind of use that to make sure things are consistent. And like I said, we're kind of eyeballing and seeing where there's a little gap that's slightly off, and we'll just push this over, line it up. We're going to actually sink one of those screws there where it's most curving. So we put that pressure up where it's most curving, screw it in, and then we can focus on our other joint here. So our next step is to go ahead and put our next line of slats in. We'll come back, push it up, screw it in, and then we'll kind of move to this joint so that we're kind of handling the first screw and the last screw of each one of these. So that's going to look like here. I have this one that's going in next here. Why we're kind of paying attention to this last screw is so that I can verify as it goes down the line that it's going to stay consistently straight. Sometimes they wander a little bit and get off side to side, so it's kind of important to go ahead and look at that next junction first rather than starting and putting every screw from the front to the back. By the end you might have the slats just slightly off. So with our junctions taken care of, we screw in here so it's held in place, and then move to our junctions and start again with the first screw, last screw. There's only 2 in this van. Some kits might have more, but there's only 2 sets of slats to worry about. We're just going to jump in and line things up. Alright, as you can see, we have finished our ceiling slat install, and it looks great. It really did change the feeling of the van in here. So we are pretty much done. We just have to add our lights, and we like to use our aluminum channels. This is a black aluminum channel that's going to be hidden in this space. We put it right on the other side of the fan, and as you can see there, with that inserted, we can add our LED strip lights and our diffusers, and this is going to look great. Final note is, like, when it comes to the wiring, we've tucked our wire behind the panel there, and we're going to bring it into our channel, so that's how we will power the lights. I love adding this option to all of our build outs here. Hope you like the look of it and you had a great time putting it together. Thanks for hanging around with us and doing this project. We will see you next time.